Alright, something a little different here today. This is my welder. I've probably had it for about 12 years or so. My brother-in-law actually bought it to fix his Mustang and gave it to me. You know, we were supposed to fix his 67 Mustang and had to replace a lot of panels. And I told him, I says, you know, I'll do all the work for you. And they're like, yeah, but we need a welder. And he says, what do you need? And we got this. And it's been good to me. It's a Craftsman. And it's just a rebranded Clark 130 amp. And like I said, I had it 12 years. I did replace a contactor in there. You know, the welder still worked and everything, but the contactor wasn't the best. But it's been very good to me, and I've been using it a whole lot lately. And matter of fact, it's only like the second or third bottle I replaced. I just replaced this today because I'm working on that Ford truck. But anyway, my little project now is, what holds this bottle in is these little chains. You know, they just hook into this oblongated hole here and holds it in. And I have to jury rig it here. Let me see if I got a light. Make it a little better. How's that? And, you know, I got to put a piece of wood here, and then I got to put some rubber back here and try and pull it tight to keep it stable. And even with all that, you know, it just, you know, it's not stable at all. It can rock around. Not that I travel with this much, you know, but I do go from the front of the garage to the outside and stuff. And what I wanted to do is do something a little better here. I was going to put a piece of 2x4 on its side and contour it to fit the tank here, and then fabricate some kind of U-bolt and have the U-bolt come in here with wing nuts. You know, because like I say, I only change this tank out maybe once every 5 years or so, and I thought it'd be a lot nicer to make it more stable. You know, that's just, you don't want, not that it's gonna blow up or anything, but you don't want that. And when you have the gauges hooked up, you know, if it would fall, you know, you'd rip them out of the machine and snap the gauges off. You know, so I just want to make something a little more stable. I mean, the cart itself is good and everything. It's just, you know, that's just the way they made it. So here's what I'm going to do. I got us some. This is all scrap laying around, all stock, laying around the shop. This is a 5/16 piece of round stock. I'll shape that. Well, you don't need nothing real strong. You know, just something to hold it. And I got some couple of 2x4s here and here. And a couple contour gauges. Some of you guys may never have seen these, so it'll be interesting to see how they work. And that's it. And get some big fender washers behind this and wing nuts, and this thing should be stable. So let's start doing something instead of talking. All right. First thing I did here was I wanted to try and make this as square as possible, and it wasn't that successful at it, but I did tighten up all these screws here because it was a little loose. You know, I must have loosened up over the years. But if you see the square down here, there's about a 1/4 inch gap there. So I'm going to put a block of wood here, you know, a spacer here, and then a spacer up here. So between here and down here, that space may be you know, at least a 1/2 inch, possibly 3/4 or a whole inch. So I know my spacers that are going to hold the tank are going to be different sizes. I want to put the tank back here as far as possible. That way I can have the welder itself slid back as far as it can go. So that's my plan. I'm sticking to it. I still have a couple of these I want to tighten up. It was kind of wobbly, so I guess it did loosen up over the years. So let me tighten up all them bolts, and then we'll take some measurements and cut some wood. All right. Yeah, I put the tank on there to see how much I got to cut out of the block and everything. You got pretty much a lot of wiggle room here because the bottom of these things aren't really flat. This one here, I got it sitting the way I want it, and if you look at it, You see how much it's wibbly wobbling by itself. So like I say, you got enough. You got some play there, you know. We want to make it straight as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, I put my gauges on here, and I checked for leaks. Nothing leaks. But let's see what's in here. This is a 42-inch bottle. It cost me $35 to exchange, and see what we got in here. What's that say? Here we go. Here we go. 2,200 pounds. Yeah, I think last time I exchanged one, it was closer to 3,000. But like I say, these things last me a long time. So I don't know if that's good or bad. $35 for 2,200 pounds. All right, yeah. The reason I put it on there with the gauges and everything, because I wanted to make sure that that's where my gauges face. I like them to face to me. So, alright, let's take some measurements and start cutting some wood. I forgot to mention, it's 75 argon, 25 carbon dioxide, so let me know what you guys pay for this stuff in your area. Alright, yeah, I got the tank where I want it. It's up against the back here, and I got 2x4 in there, and 2x4 is actually 1.5 inches wide, or thick. And so we got 1.5 inches, and then I got this stuff around the shop here. It's called key stock, and I got a 1/4 inch key stock and 1/2 inch. So that's 1.5 inches. Then we had another 1/2 inch and 1/4, and my top space is going to be 2 1/4. And for the bottom, I'm going to need another 1/2 inch key stock. I'm measuring right at these holes here, and the measurement down on the bottom, down where that hole is going to be 2 3/4. So I can hold them together, right there. So it makes it a lot easier than trying to stick a tape measure in there. Matter of fact, I had a tape measure, and I took a 2x4 and laid it up here, and then I laid them side by side just to double check my measurement, you know. I got my little tape measure here. Let me open it up. And I put it across the top there, and it was like instead of 2 3/4, it was like 3 inches. I'm saying, how could that be? You know, could that 2x4 be off that much? Because they're off a little bit sometimes. And then when I was reaching for my tape measure, it fell on the ground, and I didn't realize it. But yeah, here I bent my little tang there. My tang was bent 1/4 inch out, so I got to straighten that. Look at that, it landed right on there. It conforms perfectly to the round tape measure. So, like they say, measure twice, cut once. So just a little guffaw. All right. I got my lumber here, cut the size here. It's the width of the cart. I was only going to put a little piece in the middle, but then I figured, let me go to width of the cart, and then I could actually use the top half here, you know, to drill a couple holes and put my my welding pliers and my MIG pliers and stuff like that, or something. But anyway, that's besides the fact. I got these cut the length, and I got them marked off. This is the bottom one, and this is our 2 3/4. Let me turn this light out. This light's giving me too much glare. It's a little darker, but at least you can see a little better. Alright, here's our center. I marked our center, and then 2 3/4, and then this is our top piece, and there's the center, and we marked that at 2 1/4. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to use these gauges here. They're contour gauges, and they're pretty cool. Some of you guys may have seen them and know where they are, and other guys, you know, you have no clue. Here's a metal one, and here's a plastic one. I actually like the plastic one better. And all it is a couple hundred pieces of little slices in there. And whenever you slide it over something, it'll take the shape. See, it just took the shape of my thumb, and it's pretty cool. So let me throw you up on a tripod, and show you how they work.
Alright, you guys still there? Alright, here's a contour gauge. We push it all flat up against the top here, so everything is flat. And then you just push it up against whatever you want. You know, I want the exact contour of this round cylinder, so you try to find yourself pretty much the center, and then just push it in. And then that gives you your radius. Where you at? Up here? Yeah. Gives you your radius you want. So then you just bring it over to your piece of wood, and trace it out. Here's the metal one. Like I say, I like the other one better. This one here's a little stiffer. Gives you a more firmer line and everything, but I kind of like the plastic one. And they're pretty cheap. I don't know exactly what they cost, but if I find a link for you, I'll put it in the description. So let's go over to the table here. Oh, wait. Let me just move you. Hold on. I just tripped over you. Alright. Hold on. Whoa. Alright. Now we'll just transfer them lines. Let me zoom in a little bit. How's that? Okay? Alright. I'm going to mark this in pencil only because I don't want to get magic marker on my gauge here. So I'll turn you this way, maybe you can see a little better. Put that where we want it, pretty much centered there. Bring it right down to our line, and then okay, that's the bottom one. Let's take the top one here. Still in frame there. This one here. That's right about here. I did move a couple of them, but it's not, you know, this isn't that critical. Oh, you see, like right there, I just moved that. That's okay. I'll fix that when I trace it in with the magic marker. But there you go. And let me trace it in and show you what it looks like. Alright, I darkened it up. I don't know if you can see that. I darkened up there with a magic marker. That looks pretty good. And this one here, I know you guys got glare. And I marked this one. Okay, I hit this one dead nuts on, you know. You can't really tell when you're aiming it to try and center it. You can't really tell that well, but if you measure from one end to the other here, this end here is 3.5 inches, and then you measure this one here, and it's exact. It's 3.5 inches. I did this one, and I'm off a little bit. You know, that's about 3 inches, and over here is about 2 3/4. So I got to move that over about 1/8 or so. That's okay, you know. So let me do that, and then maybe I'll get the jigsaw out and we'll cut that. All right, got our little radius cut in here, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, I cut it with the jigsaw, and anybody that knows a jigsaw is crude at best. So had to get the little drum sander out here on the drill and clean it up a bit. So got it pretty close. All right, this is the bottom piece, but you can see it's pretty darn close. And this is the top one. This isn't quite as good, but it's good enough. But what I'm going to do is I had a piece of soft rubber here. I think it's some kind of a electrical mat Mike picked up where he used to work. You know, once it gets a hole in it, they got to throw it out. So it's nice soft rubber. I don't think it's neoprene or anything, but it is nice soft rubber. And I'm going to glue that to the inside here, so when we put it on there, any imperfections it'll take out. Same with this one here. So let me go get some barge glue and contact cement, and we'll put them in there. Alright, got some contact cement here. Barge this is pretty good, I think. Been around a long time. The old shoemakers used to use it. Trying to make too much of a mess here. In fact, I'll put a little piece of towel down here so I don't get this all over the place. Let me know if I go out of frame. Sometimes I do that. Okay, where's the other piece? Alright, I'm going to set this over here on the side and let that dry up for about 15 minutes or so. And then, same with this. I'll do this and let this set up. And then when you put them together, they'll stick. And you shouldn't be able to get them apart. This might soak into the wood, I'm not too sure. We'll find out. Even if you just hold it long enough to put it onto the machine there, the U-bolt will hold it in place. Alright, I'm going to let this tack up for about 10-15 minutes and then we'll stick them together. Alright, I cheated a little bit. I blew that down with some air, so sped up the drying process a little bit. Let me sit down and see if we can do this here. You can always retrim this one a little bit later. There we go. It's on there pretty good. See, I could trim that bottom. Actually, I don't have to trim the bottom, right? You're not going to see it. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm a busy man. I don't have time for that. Okay, yeah, that's on there pretty good. That ain't coming off. That ain't coming off. Where's the other piece? You in frame? You guys see what I'm doing? Remember, you gotta make the top here look good. Alright. Alright, I'm liking it. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drill the holes in here. There's going to be some through holes for the U-bolt. I'm going to drill them holes and then I'm going to paint these. And tomorrow they'll be black and they'll match our machine here. And then we can make our U-bolt. So I'll see you guys then.
Alright, yeah, it's been a couple days. I have these painted up, they're dry. And I rounded the edges off on them, give them a little bit of a finished look, you know, so they just don't look like a couple of hunks of 2x4 in there. Even though we know that's just what they are. And I might give the top another coat once they're in there. But for now they look alright. I mean, it is only a welding cart, right? Alright, what I'm going to do now is, I got a 4-foot piece of 5/16 stock here. And I think I'm going to need a little more than 4 foot. I think I'm going to need like 50 inches. So I'm going to be a couple inches short for the other one. And what I might do is I'll put threads on one, and then what I have left I'll weld this piece of thread on there, this all thread. Probably only need about an inch on each side, so you know, it's what you got to do sometimes. And it's going to be on the bottom, so nobody's going to see. I'll make it look like it was sent by the factory. Alright, let's put this in a vise and put some threads on it. I guess I only need about maybe an inch or so of threads, right? Alright. Alright, got you in a vise here. Got this little bit of tap magic, huh? This stuff really works. There we go. Let's cut us some threads. It's cut, that's a brand new dye in there. Cutting like butter.
But I think I'm only going to give it maybe about an inch and a quarter of thread. So let me cut them and we'll turn these back on. Alright. That's about an inch and a quarter, I guess. Let's take it out and see how it works. Inch and an eighth. I'm gonna call it good. Found me 4 wing nuts. Alright, looks like it'll work. Yeah. Alright, you know what? I think I might cut another eighth on there and do the same. We'll put it in there, we'll put it in and wrap it around that tank and cut it and then put the threads on the other end. Alright, we'll see you on that end. Alright, I got the block of wood in there and I got our piece of 5/16 round stock in there and it's up against the tank here and I guess that's bendable. I mean, it is only 5/16, but we don't know. I'm up against the bench here. That'll make things a little sturdy for me. So let me throw you in a tripod and let's see what we can do with this thing. Alright, let's see. Let me see if I can make it more stable. Because I can see that's going to create a problem. Alright, let's try this again. I put a 6-inch clamp, you probably can't see it's over here, into the bench just to keep this thing from spinning. So let's see. It's bending. It's bending, not as easy as you think it would though. Let me switch sides here. Don't worry about this tank ain't gonna blow up. Alright. Let me keep bending this and we'll turn you back on. Alright. Yeah, I got the basic shape of that U-bolt, but it's still much too wide. And the holes themselves here are 8 inches. And the tank itself is 7 inches in diameter. And the closest thing I got here is like an 8-inch wheel, so I'm going to try and form that, and then it should work. Should be good enough. So let's try that. Let's try and make it a little smaller. Alright, you got your hearing protection on? I'm going to try and stay out of your way, but it's going to be tough. Alright, yeah, that's much better. I think I might have to try and get a smaller wheel though. Something smaller. Alright, yeah, it's a little better. I can bend where I have to bend it, and then we can always open it up a little bit. So, like I said, I'm going to try to stay out of your way here. Try that on the tank. Alright, I got it moved over, so I got about a 1/2 inch over here, and I'm trying to get this radius right here. So. Alright, that looks good. See, once I straighten that out now, it should be perfect. We're just about where we want it. I'm pretty sure that's the perfect radius we want. Now we just got to get the two ends down here. And you gotta get your way here. I gotta get in the way here. Now I just gotta fine tune it. Alright. Get a block. Let me get the block. Let me see. Where you guys at? Up here? Oh, look at that. Look at it. Went in like it had eyes. So that just needs a little bit of fine tuning and we're good to go. Now we also got to take the bend down. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a bend in here. This way. So we just got to straighten that out and we're gold. Alright, let me show you the radius. I'll take you off the camera and show you the radius on the tank. Alright, we're over here on a tank and I'm liking that. You know, that's you're not going to get tighter than that. Once I tighten up on that, here you go. I got it square now. And once I tighten up on them bolts and everything, it'll be perfect. So let me straighten that up, put threads on it, and we'll see how she looks. All right, got our U-bolt done. It's all perfectly flat and threaded on both sides. So and like I say, that's about as good as you're going to get. So yeah, I was looking at this. You know, sometimes you do that. You sit and you look at your projects, and there's better ways you could have done this. I could have got away with just this one piece down here and put a little ring down in the bottom there, so it sits in there, and this would just keep it like that. But hey, you know, we already made the two blocks, so we'll make another U-bolt here. And we'll stick with our original plan, right? All right. Let me stick that on and see what it looks like. All right. Yeah, we got that bolted up there, and just that top piece, and I'm liking it. You know, I don't think we really need the bottom piece. I mean, this thing ain't going nowhere. You know, this thing will tip over before that bottle gets dislodged. But I think what I'm going to do is I have a piece of this. Looks like about 1/8 inch by maybe 1 1/4 or so, and that's what that little ledge looks like down there. So I think I may bend this into a half round and just tack it to the bottom, and I think we'll call it done. So let's try that. You know, I mean, I got the wheels out and everything to bend stuff, so it'll probably be a lot easier than threading that thing up and welding more threads on it. Because like I say, this piece was going to be about 2 inches too short. I would have had to weld some of that on anyway. So, and then when I do replace these bottles and everything, I just have to unbolt the two wing nuts and we're done. Instead of going down and doing the ones on the bottom, doing the ones on the top. All right. Sounds like a plan. All right. Yeah, I like that plan better. That this only took a couple minutes to bend. I don't have to thread it or nothing. All I have to do is tack it in place. Look at that. It fits pretty good. Pretty darn good. Alright, let me, you know what? Just have to mark the edges off there and cut it, and then we'll tack it in place. Alright, there we go. All done. Yeah, I left about 1/8 inch around because I don't know how uniform these bottles are. You know, I don't know if you get one that's going to be a 1/4 inch thicker or what, you know. But I could always shim that if I had to. But I don't have any trouble with it. I'm glad I changed the design because I got a little bit of shelf down there now. You know, I could put some vice grips on or something, and you know, just got a little more access. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed hanging out in the garage. And I doubt if you learned anything, but hey, sometimes you just got to kill some time. All right, what do you guys say? Enough of this? All right. See you guys in the next one.